I enrolled Cole, my son, at 4 years old into a preschool. And after a few weeks in preschool, he began having difficulty coping with the expectations of preschool, getting along with other children in the preschool, getting along with the teacher, and he started to exhibit some significant signs of stress. He couldn't sleep well at night. He had visible tics. He wouldn't even really communicate at the end of the experience. He couldn't even really communicate with the children or the teacher. And so we went to see his pediatrician several times and to try to find out what type of support there was available. I spoke with the pediatrician. He compared Cole's symptoms and behavior to his autistic person in his family. But knowing my son better than anybody, I knew that wasn't the right avenue to take. If my son had exhibited autistic behaviors, I would have known it much earlier on, and I would have taken him for treatment and care. And my son was basically fine at home with just us. So this was really coming out in different ways when he was exposed to different variables outside the home. All really truly the pediatrician could offer me at that point was medication. It was really the only answer, was to basically, in my mind, just suppress the symptoms or just mask it or just learn to deal with it. But there wasn't anything therapeutic offered. And so after my discussion with the pediatrician, I could assess quickly that he didn't really have much information for me. He really wasn't the person that I needed to go to for help for Cole. And I asked him who was the very best doctor that he'd worked with in his experience when it was related to children and their behavior. And he had mentioned that a Dr. Rualis had interned at his office and that he was aware Dr. Rualis was going to be specializing in treatment for children and their behavior. And so he recommended Dr. Rualis to myself and my husband. And based on that recommendation, we made an appointment with Dr. Rualis to have a consult with us and our son. And that started about 4 years old for Cole. He's now 12 and a half. Well, in the beginning, we saw each other frequently. So we saw each other at least once a month in the beginning. So Cole underwent several tests: urine, blood, saliva, hair, and different levels were measured in each of those tests to assess what his body chemistry was doing. And we also thoroughly discussed his diet, what he ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and his routines. So we gathered data based on those tests, and we were able to evaluate there was definitely some low levels of key nutrients in Cole's genetic makeup that needed to be boosted. So changing his diet, supplementing specific vitamins, and then assistance with calming him. We needed to calm him because he was very anxious in certain situations, and so you added nutritional support to help calm him so that he could cope with experiences better. Well, you had given us some valuable advice in the beginning. I said, how do we educate this child? This child needs to have education, and he's clearly stressed by the concept of it. So you suggested working closely with the education system on what type of support they could give Cole early on. So he spent 4 or 5 months in a special education kindergarten so that he could adjust to the concept of school while we were building the nutritional support. And then he enrolled in a mainstream regular kindergarten at the beginning of the school year. And I can't say that wasn't without challenges. But to your advice, I bonded with the whole school staff there and was very present, bonded with the teachers, just made myself very present, aware, and known that I was there for the long haul and I was there to help. So at the beginning of the school year, he got assistance with several things. He had speech therapy, and he had situational games, and he went to special services once a day, a certain time of day. And that slowly evolved into less and less need for support as he progressed through elementary school. And really by the time he's graduated in 6th grade, it went from helping him with everything to really only giving him tutorial in 6th grade on math. So it just kind of evolved into his needs, and they thoroughly test him every year, see if he's met his goals. If he has, then we reassess and we set new goals. And as time went on, he progressed and didn't need speech therapy anymore. As time went on, he progressed and didn't need classroom help anymore, and just grew his independence more and more and more. He's doing very well socially. It's kind of funny now to look back and think this is a child that couldn't even go to preschool and be around people and other kids, and to think this child's now graduated with his black belt, 1st degree black belt in karate. He's really excited about junior high, really looking forward to it, because he wants to be in the adult world. He wants a taste of that, so he's looking forward to that. I still am getting compliments and comments from people just about what a confident, great young man he's turning into, and it's very rewarding.